So we are approaching hydrogen from the product piece, and our customers buy our drones because they're the best way of completing their missions. But hydrogen, if we're looking at where the world is today, hydrogen is a very significant part of the solution that the US and allies are facing. The supply chain needed for hydrogen is much simpler and more accessible than batteries, for example, rare earth materials, etc., which is very, very important in where the world is going today. These systems can be created from a variety of different suppliers of material, right? So we're not strictly focused or limited to one supplier, and are already getting to U.S. production of this and U.S. and allied production based on the requirements. And lastly, is the fact of energy independence. So and again, this is relevant for the defense side, but also for the commercial side. If you want to operate a drone in a place that's hard to get, or there might not be infrastructure, and it might not be so easy to get our gasoline or jet fuel into these areas, with our refueling stations, even today, as long as you have the station is there, you have solar panel, you can use other sources of energy, you have some water, you really can produce off the grid for years to go, right? So hydrogen, if you look at the material level, the ability to manufacture on the supply chain level, and then the energy dependence, it really is the solution to some of the most significant challenges the U.S. and allied nations face today. Next slide, please. So, what are the key takeaways that I love for all of you to take away from here? Hydrogen, in the case of drones, it's not just a nice to have; it's a must have. For any mission that requires significant distance, hydrogen is the way to go. It's the only long term way to go, and it really answers all the boxes. Yes, it's still a relatively new and not necessarily known technology, which is why the educational piece is very very important, but it is a critical piece for the drone industry and for the drone industry to scale significantly. Secondly, hydrogen is part of the solution when it comes to supply chain and the challenges we're facing, both again as a nation, the US, but also in the independence piece and being able to produce anywhere needed. Hydrogen, it's still in the relatively early stage, right, of development cycle. There aren't that many companies working not only on the drones, but on the supply chain for drones. There's obviously a very big ecosystem working on hydrogen, but how many of the components are focused on the lightweight that's required for drones? So there's a lot of innovation that's potential in the drone space. So we as a company are working on a lot of these, but also working with other companies in these, and this will continue to evolve, right? So as we do higher pressure, we do to different sources of energy, of hydrogen, sorry, liquid, others working to other ways of storing hydrogen. This will only continue to move forward. Um, and then again, last point is really the ability to manufacture these anywhere. Very, very, very important in the broader context of the energy challenges that the U.S. faces and our allies face.